Hey, what's cracking everybody? Welcome back to Computer Games Hardware. Today on the channel, we're going to do some computer games hardware news, guys. It's been a minute, but I've been trying to cut down on doing videos for the sake of videos. So I've been holding out for some news items that I'm looking forward to talking to. And I've got a couple for you today. So as everyone knows, CGHW News, we usually talk about a computer, games, and hardware news article that's sprung up throughout the week. So let's get stuck into it. First up, we've got some AMD news, and it's been confirmed that July 31st is the Ryzen 9000 series release date. So multiple sources have confirmed that the CPUs will be releasing on the 31st, the last day of the month. So, AMD quote unquote keeping their promise to release sometime in July, I guess, but that is good news. Unfortunately, we still don't have any pricing details, which is a little bit surprising to me because usually we know what the pricing is for the different SKUs way ahead of time before the release date, but for whatever reason AMD have chosen to keep it a little bit close to the chest this time around, but there's been multiple reports that they are keeping it, and we've certainly spoken about it multiple times on the channel, that they're keeping it in line with the 7000 series. So hopefully they stick to that. Not only have AMD confirmed that the release date is the 31st of July, but we've also spied some actual CPUs in retail boxes at different retail stores. So they're already getting them, they're already stocking up and being ready to go. So that is some pretty good news. So the models that we'll be getting on July 31st are the Ryzen 9 9950X. We're also getting the Ryzen 9 9900X, the one that I'm really looking forward to. But we're also getting the Ryzen 7 9700X and the Ryzen 5 9600X. So they are only the vanilla models. There are no X3D models releasing in July. Those are set to be released later in the year. So rumors are swirling around that the X3D models will be releasing around September, October, November. So fingers crossed we get some more leaks and rumors and news about those chips as they come along. We'll certainly be featuring them here on Computer Games Hardware. So stick around and we'll find out more about that. So pretty good variety of CPUs. We've got some two high-end models. We've got the 170 watt 9950X and then the 120 watt 9900X as the high-end models. We've done a couple of videos on those chips and the performance gains they're getting. We're looking at around 11 to 16 IPC uplift in those CPUs, and then you've got the lower end parts, the R7 and the R5, which are both 65 watt parts, which is really exciting. They've got a lot of performance out of this architecture this time around, so looking forward to seeing how they perform. So there's a couple of good reasons to be interested in the new 9000 series of Ryzen CPUs from AMD, namely because of the overclocking performance, the IPC uplift around 16%, and they've just been smashing benchmarks, some parts being faster than their X3D counterparts from the previous generation. So it looks like we're getting some pretty performative CPUs, hoping that they stay in line with the 7000 series pricing. That's going to be really exciting, worth talking about it. So hold out for those independent reviews. It's a bit concerning that they're not naming the pricing yet, but I do think that they are going to keep the prices low, under promise and over deliver, and that's what I think their strategy is this time around. You'll recall that the 7000 series didn't take off as quickly as AMD anticipated with the new AM5 platform coming in, and the performance of the 7000 series cheap CPUs being, relative. Most people didn't see a really good point to upgrade from their existing AM4 platform, because they were still getting some pretty good performance out of those things. So I'm going to be curious. It's probably time for me to upgrade. I think a lot of people who are stuck on the AM4 platform in 2024 will be thinking the same as me, and it's to be expected that people generally skip a generation or two before they consider upgrading. So it's probably a good time for a lot of people who bought into those platforms like the 5000 series. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a big month, and we will see. Alright guys, let's get stuck into the gaming news with the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 open beta details. Turns out that all platforms will be getting access to the open beta at the same time, and Game Pass subscribers will be getting early access alongside people who have pre-ordered the game. You'll be able to play Black Ops 6 on August 30th if you've pre-ordered the game or you are a Game Pass subscriber. Now, not all Game Pass subscribers will be getting that early access. You need to be a subscriber to PC Game Pass, Standard Game Pass, or Game Pass Ultimate. So there are new pricing tiers that are coming along with the price increase for Game Pass that is set to hit pretty soon, and unfortunately the core cheapest tier will not have early access to the beta. So that's only the standard and above, plus the PC Game Pass. So unfortunately for some of you, we might miss out, but that doesn't mean you can't play it. So that runs from August 30 to September the 4th, but then the open beta weekend will run from September the 4th to the 9th. So you still get a chance to jump in and play the early beta. You just won't be able to get early access to the game if you've got that lower subscription of Game Pass, unfortunately. So as we all know, there's been a price hike with Game Pass with the acquisition of Activision Blizzard from Microsoft, probably hiking up the price, and we knew this was coming. They've probably done it the best way they could as well. They've announced it early. They're getting in early before the game releases, so it's not going to feel like a direct hit all at the one time, which, if you're going to do it, you probably want to do it this way. The other big thing about this is all platforms will be getting access to the open beta all at the same time, which is pretty cool news. I believe previously PlayStation had an agreement in place which meant that PlayStation got the early access first and all of us suckers had to wait. So with the Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, that's obviously gone now, and everyone's on a even playing field. So that is good news. Are you guys looking forward to Call of Duty Black Ops 6? Let me know in the comments down below. Hey, just want to jump in here and say, if you're enjoying any of the content on Computer Game Hardware, please chuck us a like, share, and subscribe. Watching the videos also really helps me out, and appreciate you all. Hey, let me know where you're from in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, let's round out CGHW news with some hardware news and Nvidia and their 50 series of GPUs just starting to trickle out some leaks and rumors. This time by Seasonic, who have been updating their TDP calculator for their PSUs and have listed the TDP of the 5090 and the 5080. And you're not going to believe it, guys, but the 5090 has been rumored to have a 500 watt TDP, with the 5080 having a 350 watt TDP. Now, This could be, nothing but nonsense, so take it all with a grain of salt, but it wouldn't be the first time that a PSU maker has accurately held detailed the TDP of a graphics card from their TDP calculators. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. So, it also makes a little bit of sense because the 4090 was 450 watts, I believe. So a 50-watt increase for the 5090 isn't out of the realm of possibility. I personally thought that they might get some power reduction out of the new Blackwell architecture. So maybe it's a case of Seasonic overshooting and then having to adjust just as a placeholder. But I'm getting the sense that maybe it could be an absolute monster. So the 5090 will be an absolute beast if it's churning out 500 watts, and that will be a GPU that might make some people consider upgrading their PSU as well. So you'll be for a hefty upgrade if you're looking at the 5090. These are all rumors, however, we haven't even gotten some updates on the new Nvidia GPUs yet. This is probably one of the first rumors coming out of the mill. Nvidia will want to generate some hype around the release of the new Ryzen CPUs, maybe even wait till Intel Core CPUs are launching. So I'm expecting to hear a bit more solid news about the Blackwell GPUs fairly soon. So now it's worth mentioning that these TDPs are not just listed on the TDP PSU calculator. You have to actually download a spreadsheet or a form that tells you the TDP. So there was a little bit of data mining going on in this. So maybe Seasonic were trying to hide it poorly, but there you go, it might be. The other thing worth mentioning is that they've also detailed that that power is coming through the same 16-pin connector. So this is the upgraded 12-volt power connector that has been having the melting issues. So I don't know if that's a point of concern for you guys, having that much power coming out of the 16-pin 12-volt power connector with all the melting issues that the previous model, the 40 series, had. I think it's pretty concerning. I know it's been updated, however, we're still getting reports of melting connectors and things like that, and user error or not, it's pretty concerning. It's worth mentioning they have updated this version of the connector, so there is a new version of it, but it remains to be seen if it's going to be able to handle this much power. I should mention it's supposed to. I believe that it is capable of holding 600 watts of power through the one connector. But what about spikes and power surges and things like that? I know Gamers Nexus had a pretty interesting video on what do they call it? Power surges or power spikes, or I think it was transient spikes they called it, which is a cause for concern. So with the rumor of these GPUs pushing out 500 watts of power, first of all, there's not a lot of room for them to go. So if they're going to do super Titan models and things like that, probably going to be looking at 2 16-pin connectors on some of those cards. So that would blow my mind, actually, because that is a lot of power for one connector. So I'm not too sure about this one. I'm looking forward to some clarification. the Blackwell GPUs are supposed to be launching this year, and we've heard nothing yet. So, that's not too unusual, but generally we've got some pretty solid leaks and rumors swirling around at the moment, and we just don't have any of that. Anyway, what do you guys think? Are you looking forward to Nvidia's Blackwell GPUs? I certainly am. I can't wait for some, tiny morsels of news to come out from new GPU hardware. So looking forward to it. We've also got Battle Mage and Radeon GPUs coming down the line. So it's going to be an interesting year from here on out, from until this time next year. Hopefully we get some solid news at Gamescom or one of the other hardware conventions that are hitting soon. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I've had a really good time making this. I hope you've had a good time watching it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.